What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, we're exactly 1 week away from San Diego Comic-Con and major reveals and brand new announcements from Marvel Studios, and as such, the rumor mill is running absolutely rampant. Brand new reports and rumors, it feels like every single day, about all the sides of Marvel Studios: directors, brand new actors and castings, and of course, new franchises. Now, in the next couple of days, over the weekend at the channel, we're going to do some comprehensive videos, wade through all those rumors, try to separate fact from fiction so we can better temper our expectations for what's actually coming at these announcements. But today I want to hone in on one specific rumor of interest, and while we'll strictly leave it in grain of salt territory, we'll talk about where this is coming from, dealing with what's got to be my most anticipated project of Marvel Phase 5, the unofficially announced but industry confirmed World War Hulk film that's said to be in pre-development. We're going to break down everything that's now being said about World War Hulk and its possible impact on Secret Wars or the next big crossover event going forward in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, guys, so as is my normal statement here, remember to take everything that doesn't come directly and officially from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. But on the flip side of that coin, sometimes it's the anonymous stuff on these Marvel Studios subreddits, which is where we find this new rumor today that ends up becoming true to the word. So keep that in mind as we delve into this. Now, this originally came from an apparent supposed to be announcement at 2022 SDCC or D23, and we'll talk about the validity of that in just a second. But what's being said about the World War Hulk franchise is this, quote, was originally going to be a movie, but is now being turned into a 4-part Disney Plus series. It may have some small theatrical release. This could possibly be the big Avengers event before Secret Wars with many big characters. Now, first and foremost, I don't know how I feel about hearing it may become a 4-part series for Disney Plus, because say what you will, the quality disparity between the TV shows and the movies has been what it's been. But conversely from that, hearing them prioritize a project like this over, say, one of the ones I'm lesser interested in, or characters that seem to be B or even C tier, seems very interesting. And also, you have to think, if it's a 4-part series, that's more in line with what a UK TV show would look like. 3 episodes per series. They're all an hour and a half. They're all full movies themselves. Now, I did just mention this was apparently rumored for an upcoming announcement. And again, we're going to talk about that in a second, but we need to back up because that would be getting way ahead of ourselves. Marvel Studios has not officially announced a World War Hulk project, but what's happened here is that almost 2 years ago, or even further, back around when they were reassuming the rights from Fox for the Mutants, the Fantastic Four, it was heavily reported that the outlying rights for Hulk and Namor that were still tied up at Universal, hence the reason they could not do this solo Hulk film, had been reassumed by Disney and Marvel Studios, but being held onto for an official announcement for something like this. Then came the reports and recent confirmations that Namor indeed is joining the MCU, confirming those reports of a rights reassumption from Universal. And you have to imagine Marvel Studios wouldn't have gone into negotiating, left Hulk on the table, and just taken Namor. Whatever the price tag was, whatever that eventual report will be, they surely paid for it, but that opened the door for them to be able to do a solo Mark Ruffalo Hulk film or project in the MCU, which led to industry insider reports about this franchise coming up. Now, if you're wondering what's the line between A and B, how rarely or often do reports of franchises that are coming in the MCU actually come to fruition, I would tell you about 1000%. If you're new to channels like mine, that's one of the few things the industry seems to nail. We were able to report on Secret Wars, Armor Wars, Agatha Harkness, the animated Spider-Man show, X-Men 97, the list goes on and on and on. There's just too many people involved with the pre-productions for projects like this. Eventually, someone like Deadline, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, they get a beat on it, it gets reported, and then we know it's coming. That's sort of where we're at with World War Hulk, which takes us all the way back to this announcement, apparently with this in details being rumored for coming up at SDCC or D23. As I told you guys in previous videos, and will reiterate during videos this weekend when we started wading into these rumors about what announcements are coming and what's actually coming, there's only a 1-hour panel at SDCC. Only a 1-hour panel, not a 2-hour panel, only a 1-hour panel. And in that 1-hour panel, they're going to cover Black Panther Wakanda Forever. They're going to cover She-Hulk. Even if it's 10 or 15 minutes for each project, that is at least half, if not a third of the time they will not have a ton of time to go into brand new project announcements the way they would have if it was a much longer panel like the panels of old. And again, this is because they have a huge announcement coming at D23. Also, on that same note, they have a ton of projects that are right around the corner that could easily offer up first looks that aren't unannounced. Something along the lines of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Werewolf by Night, which is rumored to be getting a first look showing here as well. Something like even Secret Wars. These are all projects upcoming that have shot. They have a much more likely chance of showing footage for those sort of things at San Diego Comic-Con Hall H. And as I said in that other video, no. Do I think that they'll go to Hall H and not make any brand new announcements or make a wave? Heck no. It's been 3 years. They know what kind of place that is for the Ultra fan. There'll be something very new and exciting. And maybe it is a World War Hulk announcement. Maybe they'll bring Mark Ruffalo out, drop the title card, and say, hey, it's coming, which would be incredible. But just try to remember, guys, there is still so much in the pipeline to wrap up Marvel Phase 4 that hasn't had a first look yet. And along those lines, those are what you should expect, at least at the San Diego Comic-Con Hall H. Hulk is in a very odd place in the MCU, mostly because the fans think he was unfairly depowered to the extent of just completely nerfed, and where we wanted to see him have a rematch with Thanos in Avengers Endgame, he never got one. Instead, we got Professor Hulk, and even the Russos in recent announcements have used the words nerfed to describe what they did to the Hulk. But in that, we are now setting up for the Hulk's return, and he's been sidelined for way too long. Thinking back to the Hulk of old, I think it's the one thing left in the MCU Marvel Studios fans really want to see is the Hulk at one of his ultra power levels. And while we're going to go on to talk about the difference between World War Hulk, the project that this is being rumored, and something like World Breaker Hulk, Heart of the Monster Hulk, all these different iterations, this is going to be their opportunity to make right that to the fandom and give us one of these highest power level Hulks, which, to be honest, is one of the only things I really want to see left for the Hulk's character. That, and a matchup with Wolverine, as it was in Hulk 181 for his first appearance. Quick side note, Ultra comic fans love to remind you Wolverine actually showed up in 180, Hulk 180, but he wasn't on the cover. 181's with him on the famous crossover cover, and that's what we're hoping for in the MCU. Fingers crossed. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. What are you hoping for most out of this project, and where do you think the storyline goes from here? Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s every 20,000 subscribers all the way up to 1 million. The next milestone is 980. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way I'm doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires. Speaking of which, I am in a 10-week competition with Odyssey.com to win a huge opening show, which would be the first AllFires billing. Basically, I've been out of the music industry for a long time, guys. This would be an awesome way back in. It's open to voting, and you can vote free once a day. If you're still listening to my video in the 8-minute mark, I figure you're the type of people I can ask to help support me. I'll leave a link down in the description in comments. Again, you can vote once a day for free with a registered Facebook account. Just all you have to have is a Facebook account, then you vote, and I would sincerely appreciate it. Be a great way to support me, but no worries if not. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.